we got a new hole, all right? No more feet talk. No more feet. Put your feet away. Put them grippers up. Will I be the hole for giving my old cello to a fellow student in need and not my niece-in-law? I, 36 male, have been learning cello for 8 years and attending the same music school since starting. I started learning late in life because I grew up in a poor family that couldn't afford things like instruments and music lessons. I met Chloe while we were both waiting to go into our lessons a few years back. We speak often about random stuff on the regular because our lessons have fallen into the same time slot and we're both in the orchestra, etc. She's about 13, very polite and eager to learn, and treats her very cheap, rubbish instrument that her parents got her from an online store like gold. I know her parents, they're lovely people, it's all they can afford. I'm not shaming them, but if you know anything about instruments, you know what I mean. It's only about half size and far too small for her, but there's not a single scratch on it and she practices every spare minute. I recently upgraded to a performer instrument and a trade-in on my I've recently upgraded to a performer instrument, and a trade-in on my $9,000 cello would have gotten me only $4,000 back, so I decided to keep it and sell it myself. Oh my God. I'm pretty well off now, but I know what it's like to be where Chloe is, so I've taken pity on her. I usually gift her something at Christmas, like her next grade of music book, Rosen, and a gift card from the local luthier, to get a new bow and have her instrument service, but having not had time to list my old cello for sale or even know where to, my good deed strings got plucked at thinking that my old instrument would likely mean the world to someone like Chloe, whose parents will likely never afford a decent instrument for her, but stupid me mentioned this idea to my sister-in-law, Gail, who has a daughter, 14 female, we'll call her Alice, and she told me that Alice wants to learn cello and insisted that I give the instrument to her daughter instead, as it's too valuable to give to a stranger's kid. They're not strangers. This is literally a friend that OP had met while doing cello lessons. Also, it's not your cello, is it? Alice is her own little dude, and we get along quite well, but she has never mentioned wanting to learn an instrument to me until she watched Wednesday, and now it's cool all of a sudden. Alice hasn't stuck with anything for long. She follows fads and jumps from one thing to another and is, for lack of a better word, spoiled. And based on her track record, handing her anything other than a student cello as a first instrument would be a waste, as I'm unable to convince myself that she would even practice, let alone reach a point that would call for this level of instrument, where Chloe is at a point where, yes, this instrument is slightly too big for her right now, but she needs it. And call me what you'd like for this part, but I'd feel happier about giving it away to someone that needs it like Chloe, rather than someone that just wants it but is connected to me, you know? But that has me worried that I might be seen as an a-hole on this decision. Family first. The music school is putting on Christmas carols tonight, and I intend to gift the cello to Chloe at the end, but I'm still conflicted about it. Update is in the thread. Let's go! We get an update! Huge. I've just gotten home from the carols. Some people mentioned asking Chloe's parents for permission to gift her the cello, and I'm glad this was mentioned because it was something that I hadn't considered, and it led to what I feel was the perfect outcome. Everyone had settled after the students had finished the show, and parents and volunteers brought cakes, etc. to share, and everyone was standing around chatting. Chloe ran off to join the line to get her bag of lollies and goodies, and it gave me a moment to approach her folks without having to mention my intention in front of Chloe before knowing how it would be received by them. I was nervous as hell, but open with my usual compliments on Chloe's playing. A lighthearted joke about her growing too quickly and dwarfing her cello now. Her parents laughed but went on to mention how they've been saving to buy her a bigger one, and that they didn't want to go cheap this time like they had with her first couple, having learned a lot very quickly about quality. But when they'd taken Chloe to the luthier with the intention of getting her one for Christmas, they'd been disappointed to find out they hadn't saved enough for the quality that Chloe needed, and that they'd been devastated despite Chloe understanding and taking the revelation quite well. Oh my God. Oh my God, this is gonna be great. Oh my God, I'm so excited. Oh, I'm so excited. Figuring that a new cello was kind of something they'd worked hard on getting for Chloe, I decided to try and get them on the get them in on the idea and asked them how much they'd save and would they be interested in buying my old one, as I had a new one and had no need for it, but didn't notice that Chloe had approached back from the line, and she piped up with a low tone that they hadn't even saved enough for the student quality instruments, let alone mine. She has a good idea of how much instruments are worth. I stumbled on my words a little, but I went on insisting on knowing how much they'd saved, and her mother told me that they'd saved around $1,600. I told them that sounded like a good enough offer to me, and that I'd be happy to know that it was being played and cherished by someone like Chloe that would take good care of it, and I held out my hand to shake for the deal. No one answered for what felt like an hour to me. Chloe's father finally responded and told me that they couldn't accept it, as Chloe had pointed out an instrument of equal value to mine to them while they were in the shop, and he didn't feel right to take it for anything but fair value, that they couldn't afford to do that. I'll admit that I felt a little bit annoyed by his initial good-mannered refusal. I understood it, as I was raised by similar-minded parents with the same values, but I told her parents that it was an offer that I felt that they really couldn't pass up, as it was something that I felt Chloe had earned and needed desperately, and that even if they didn't accept my offer, I was going to give it to Chloe anyway. And I turned and placed the hard case in front of the shocked and dead silent Chloe and walked away. Stop giving me cute stories! We're supposed to get angry here, okay? Mic drop with the cello! You won't accept $1,600? You drive a hard bargain. How about free? Good day, sir. Chloe's father approached me while we were helping pack up the entertainment hall, and he gave me a hug and thanked me, promising to drop off the money at my shop in the morning and offering to help me out if I ever needed anything. For a stubborn bloke like that to be as red and teary as he was makes me sure that I did the right thing in making him accept the cello like I did. Chloe was visibly quite emotional, but trying not to show it, but she broke down after mouthing thank you to me as everyone was leaving, and I found it extremely hard to keep my composure, could only manage a smile and a thumbs up in return. I think I'm going to be riding this high for a good while. The best thing is I can tell Gail that I sold it without having to lie, and I can toss up the idea of using the money Chloe's dad pays me for the cello to buy a reasonable secondhand learner's instrument for Alice. Okay, there we go. Win-win. Again, thank you for the responses and the advice. Ah! Dude, I feel like this story healed something in me a little bit. How dare you read a story that makes me cry cooking dinner in my kitchen? I know, right? I mean, I cried too. It's fine. We're all so fine and normal and well adjusted, okay? And the person choosing our next keyword is Zoidberg. What is our keyword or phrase? We have a Melbourne post. Am I the hole for offering to sell my seat to honeymooners? I was flying from Melbourne to Dubai. I paid for a premium economy seat because it was a 14-hour flight and I want to be comfortable. The person in the next seat had been upgraded and they asked if I could switch seats with their wife as they had just gotten married and were on their honeymoon. I congratulated him on his nuptials and asked where his wife was sitting. He pointed towards the back of the plane in economy. I declined to switch seats. He asked if there was any way to convince me. I offered to switch if he paid the difference between the seats. It was a goodly amount. I had been lucky to get mine at a decent price. It would have only cost him 1,000 AU. He said that they were on a budget for their honeymoon. I congratulated them once again and put in my earbuds. Oh, sorry, what's that? You want me to switch seats with your wife? Where is she sitting? Wait, hang on, I can't. Oh, that's pretty far. Yeah, if you pay the difference between our seats, that'd be fun. I could do that. It'll be about $1,000. Yeah. Oh, you're on a budget? Because of your honeymoon? Hey, congrats on getting married. He muttered that I was an asshole. I said he was a prick for taking the upgrade instead of either sitting with his wife or giving it to her. I told my wife about the incident and she thinks I should have done the nice thing. Fuck that! I don't think so. For the record, she hates flying in economy, so I know she would not have switched. Yeah, no, absolutely not. Those seats are expensive as hell. It's a 14-hour flight. Honestly, I don't even think I would have switched if he paid you $1,000. I like my leg room. I like being able to recline back. I like being able to get alcohol 3 seconds after the plane fucking takes off. All right? Yeah, it was nice to offer to like pay the difference. No thanks. Anyway, not the whole even a little bit. Oh my God. Huh? We got to this post by searching Dungeons and Dragons. I just want to make that very, very apparent. Okay. Am I the hole for publicly humiliating a guy who sent me an unsolicited picture of his junk and getting him fired? I, 29 female, was playing Dungeons and Dragons at a local game shop that met up through an app, and Josh, the dungeon master, 22-ish male, was a part-time employee there. We had a game every other Monday with a few missed sessions, and it was going well. I was happy to play. I usually DM. Then Josh started texting me outside of the group chat.
Why are we still here? Just to suffer?
Bad and wrong. Bad and wrong. It was just friendly talk. I was nice back, but didn't really push the conversation along. After about 2 weeks of texting, he asked about my personal dating life, and I told him very clearly that I am gay and have a girlfriend of 4 years. Sending unsolicited pictures of your genitals to anyone is not okay. But this man was blatantly, flat out told to his face, I am a gay woman who is in a relationship with another woman. And he said, my magic dick could fix you, baby girl. What do you mean? Anyway, after that, he kind of retracted, but he seemed to take it in stride. Everything was fine at our next session. Last Saturday night, I was home and he texts asking if I'm awake. I say yes and ask if everything's okay. He says he wants to hang out. I tell him I'm in for the night with my girlfriend and going to bed soon. But redirecting here, maybe at our next session, the whole group can plan a little D&D Christmas party. He sends eye roll emojis and says he'd rather it be us two, but, quote, maybe my girlfriend can join too so we can worship his stallion cock, then sends me a nude. I tell him he's way out of line. He needs to stop texting me before I show everyone in our group. He begs me not to, so I say I won't. He texts me the next day and apologizes and begs me not to tell anyone. He says he was blacked out and would never do something like that. But you did, though. But you quite literally did, yeah. I told him that what he did was unacceptable, but if he agrees not to text me inappropriately again, I'd forgive him and not mention it. He agreed. My girlfriend tells me I'm being too nice and I shouldn't forgive him so easily. I thought about it and decided she's right. I should teach him a lesson. I waited until our next session. He looked nervous when he saw me, but I just acted like everything was normal. I waited until everyone got there, then briefly excused myself. As I was walking back, I sent a screenshot of my and Joss's text convo. I covered his wiener with eye roll emojis. Immediate chaos. Josh went white as a sheet and everyone was shouting. He was stammering, trying to explain, but the store owner came over and yells above the noise and asked what the hell was going on. Everyone looks at Josh, but he's frozen, so I hand her my phone to see. She looks and just tells Josh he's fired and to get the fuck out of her store. He bolts and the owner hands me my phone and walks away. It was really awkward after that. We all kind of gathered our stuff and made half-hearted plans to start a new campaign and left. Group chat was dead, but 2 of the other players have texted me individually and expressed they were mad because I ruined the game and I should have addressed it with him privately instead of embarrassing him and getting him fired. I'm sorry. Hey, you should just deal with sexual harassment on your own personal cellular device so that I can enjoy my fantasy dragon game. Fuck you. Shut the fuck up, sit the fuck down, know your goddamn place. This is not appropriate for YouTube. Whoopsie poopsie. I just didn't respond, but it did get me thinking, but I maybe could have handled it better. Am I the whole? Edit. I went to dinner and a movie last night and woke up to over 1,000 comments. The thread is locked, so I guess I can't respond to anyone, but thank you for all your input. Also, the people who messaged me and called me a... Please insert a glass jar full of bees into your rectum. Good edit. Yeah, great. Yeah, she's the one that ruined the game, not the DM sending unsolicited dick pics to his players. Not only are they like players of his group, but this was something being hosted by the game store that he worked at. Huh? Yeah, DM didn't host it at his fucking job. Anyway, yeah, not the asshole at all, even a little bit. Let's see what Reddit has to say just in case they suck. Top comment, not the asshole. So sick of this attitude of it was a mistake or I was drunk. You specifically told him to back off and then he sent you a dick pic. His actions were very deliberate and he had no problems making you feel uncomfortable. I say good. We all need to do this. Maybe then these guys would actually feel accountability and would stop. Yes. If you'd like to choose our next keyword or phrase, type the word seat into chat. Jorts. All right. We're going to try jorts. The top... Oh. Am I the whole for quote unquote perpetuating ethnic stereotypes about jorts? What does that mean? What does that mean? The story. We have 2 workplace cats in one area of our work site. They add value to the work site. We all love the cats, and the work site cat presence is not the issue. One of the cats, Jean, is a tortoiseshell cat we've had for years. The other cat, Jorts, is an orange cat and a recent addition. Jorts is just kind of a simple guy. For example, Jorts can't open a door even when it's ajar. He shoves it whether he's going in or out, so often he closes the door he is trying to go through. This means he is often trapped inside the place he was trying to exit and meows until he is rescued. My colleague Pam, not her real name, has been spending a lot of time trying to teach Jorts things. The doors thing is the main example. It's a real issue because the cats are fed in a closet and Jorts keeps pushing the door closed. Jean can actually open all the other interior doors since they are a lever type knob, but she can't open this particular door if she is trapped inside the closet. Torty Jean is very nice to poor orange Jorts, and she is kept busy letting him out of rooms he's trapped himself in. So this seems easy to resolve. I put down a doorstop. Pam then said I was depriving Jorts of the chance to learn and kept removing the doorstop. She set up a series of special learning activities for Jorts and tried to put these tasks on the whiteboard of daily team tasks. I erased them. She thinks we need to teach him how to clean himself better and how to get out of minor barriers, like when he gets a cup stuck on his head, etc. I love Jorts, but he's just dumb AF, and we can't change that. Don't get me wrong, watching her teach Jorts how to walk through a door is hilarious. Jean got locked in the closet twice last week. Yesterday, I installed a cat cutout thing in the door, and Pam started getting really huffy. I made a gentle joke about how you can't expect Jean's tortoiseshell smarts from orange cat Jorts. which made Pam furious. She started crying and left the hallway, then sent an email to the group, including volunteers, and went home early. In her email, Pam said I was perpetuating ethnic stereotypes by saying orange cats are dumb. You've got to be kidding me right now. You cannot be serious with me right now. Oh my God. Oh my God. In her email, Pam said I was perpetuating ethnic stereotypes by saying orange cats are dumb and is demanding a racial... I stopped too early. Is demanding a racial sensitivity training before she will return. I don't think it's relevant, but just in case, Pam is a white person in a mostly minority staff. And no, she is not ginger and does not have red hair. TLDR, am I the hole for enforcing an ethnic stereotype by joking that orange cats are often dumb? This post is about two cats who are named Jean and Jorts cat tax here. Do you guys want to see Jeans and Jorts? This is Jeans and Jorts. Jorts and Jeans. Wonderful. Incredible. Beautiful. Sweet little babies. There's not a fucking single thought going on in Jorts' head. And Jeans is so tired. Thanks for responding to my query, which had truly upset me. I worked to have a good relationship with my team, and the situation had gotten weird so gradually that I lost perspective. I just met with HR. She had already met with Pam. HR was concerned about Pam's comparing ethnic stereotypes with giving a cat a doorstop, and they addressed that, which went well. HR will follow up to make sure Pam understands. The replies to make my query were helpful to this discussion. HR also addressed Pam assigning other staff Jorts-related tutoring, as it is not appropriate for Pam to assign others work. This also went well. We both think Pam had a hard time with the transition from volunteer to staff, and may have new kid sensitivity projected to Jorts. Pam got emotional about her perception that I favored Jean over Jorts, and gave specific examples. Some of these things are fair. Jorts deserves respect as a member of our team. There are 3 buildings in our workplace. Jean and Jorts are limited to 1. HR told me that there were 5 holdouts about vaccines and restricting unvaccinated people from entering the building. To protect Jean and Jorts was enough to win over 4 of them. That's crazy, but great. You know, whatever works, I guess. Get vaccinated. If not for me, do it for Jorts. More importantly, the cat's presence greatly enhances our work with our clients, and Jorts' friendly nature has been so great. Both cats truly are doing important work. Truly, Jorts deserves to be treated with respect. We all deserve to be treated with dignity at work, so I will apologize to Jorts about some things that were insensitive or disrespectful. The fucking post HR meeting corporate suck up is to the cat, dude. To the cat. Jean has a nice cat bed with her name on it, while Jorts has chosen an old boot tray in my office with a towel in it. Recently, a visitor put wet boots in the boot tray, and Pam saw Jorts sleeping on the wet boots. I bought a bed for Jorts today, and a name tag has been ordered. I will apologize. I've got the fucking giggles now. I need to keep it together to finish this fucking post. I will apologize to Jorts and remove the sign saying, days since Jorts had a trash can mishap 0. Jorts likes to fish dirty paper cups out, and he often falls into the bin or gets a cup stuck on his head, etc. He's able to get out of the bin by tipping it over, so it isn't a safety issue. Jeans' staff bio has a photo of Jean, whilst Jorts' bio has a photo of a sweet potato. I did not actually know either cat had a staff bio, but we will use a photo of Jorts instead of a sweet potato. HR also suggested changing Pam's duties so she is in charge of the cats. This I refused. The cats are my staff, not Pam's. I think Pam was well intended, but actually not meeting the needs of either Jean or Jorts, so they remain under my supervision. Pam is also not to put cups on Jorts' head or intentionally put him into frustrating situations, given his unique needs. Lastly, and this made us both laugh so hard we can't deal with it in person and will be said via email, Pam admits that she has been putting margarine on Jorts in an attempt to teach him to groom himself better. This may explain the diarrhea problem Jean developed, which required a vet visit. Pam is not to apply margarine to any of her co-workers. Jean has shown she is willing to be in charge of helping Jorts stay clean. If this task becomes onerous for Jean, we can have a groomer help. I am crying, laughing, typing this. Is Jorts and Jean on Busky? Let's see. Okay. And Jorts and Jean are pro-union and anti-ice. Let's fucking go. Yeah. Great. Incredible. This is great. This is a truly momentous occasion for Hole Inspector. I'm so glad that I was able to be indoctrinated into the Jorts cult now, and I'm here now. You can't get rid of me. And now we go. Don't fucking do that to me, Beefo! Don't do that! I'm so on edge right now! I'm so clenched! My asshole should be studied because it could make fucking diamonds out of coal right now!